Obasanjo blocks trucks of Chadians from entering Kaduna to vote APC. Can you imagine? So trucks of imported voters coming into Nigeria to come and vote for APC have been blocked from entering Kaduna. Oh boy. How did they pass? Where did they come from? This is where they say they have plenty of people. How are they going to vote? How did they get voters card? Are you sure this is not why they were been carrying people's voter card? They refuse to give people their voters card so that they can use it to bring in foreign voters, aliens to come and vote in Nigeria. Now, Obasanjo has blocked trucks of Chadians coming into Kaduna to vote APC. This is serious. This is serious. Let's see. Former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, has prevented hundreds of Chadians from entering Kaduna State to vote for the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. According to former President of Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria, PIMA, Obasanjo carried out the blockade after receiving a call from a junior immigration officer name withheld that unknown 100 trucks carrying over 1 million Chadians got access to the Nigerian border and were heading to Kaduna. Hi, Obasanjo, we gathered, responded immediately around 2 p.m. in the afternoon by calling immigration boss, but there was no response. Okay? It was at this moment that the former president asked his personal security officials to block all the roads leading to Kaduna, and finally the trucks were captured. The trucks with no plate number conveying nearly 1 million Chadians were all with Nigerian PVC when they were interrogated. They pretended not to hear English. Obasanjo ordered that the PVC be collected from them and destroyed immediately. Chad president was phoned immediately by Obasanjo and he denied knowing about such incident since there was no place to keep such a multitude of people. The trucks were ordered to turn back to Chad. To turn back to Chad. Can you imagine? The only thing that can stop Peter Obi from winning the 2023 election is only when they rig him out. But I'm here to show the world and Nigerians that once a soldier is always a soldier. It will be impossible to rig this election under my watch. The history I'm about to create with Obi will forever be remembered even after I'm gone. I will bring out my last strength and power to safeguard Nigeria through Obi. It is no longer Obi but me. Last few days, Tinubu sent 78 men to my house begging me to reverse Obi's endorsement. Okay? And turn it to APC. APC, a free house where Satan makes a decision. On live TV, Tinubu called me the greatest election rigger in the history of Nigeria. I'm out to show him that when I started playing politics, he was still busy moving drugs from one country to another. Tell him that Obasanjo said that Obi is his president and no force in Nigeria can dent that. OBJ. Hey. This is serious. Are you sure this thing happened? This is serious. See what is happening here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Just hours to the election. Chadians coming to Nigeria with Nigerian voters card. And they're going to Kaduna. So this is what El-Rufai is doing. And this is why he's trying to frustrate the Naira redesign policy so that he can still pay for all of this. They have heaped money to pay these people and to sponsor them. Oh boy. This is serious. This is absolutely serious. Now, Obasanjo has come out by himself to say, no way, we must see the end of this. Okay? Tinubu has sent people to go and beg Obasanjo to help him to turn the support for Obi back to APC. But Obasanjo said, no, After all, you called me the greatest election rigger in the history of Nigeria on the live TV. So I will show you that when I was a soldier, you were busy moving drugs from one country to another. He wants to use his last strength to make sure this is achieved. It means that he has planted his watchdogs everywhere, and he's going to make sure that things happen the way he wants it. Obasanjo does not start something he cannot finish. I know that, and I trust him. This means that even all those state chairmen of the Labour Party that are trying to frustrate Obi's effort are just wasting their time. This is how they say they have votes. Now, they printed extra PVCs for Chadians for them to come and vote. Meanwhile, the people in the southeast and south and southwest are struggling to get their voters card from INEC. And INEC can tell us they don't know this. Can INEC tell us that these names are not in their database? How did they get these cards? How were they printed? Where did they get them from? Oh boy. This should not just be swept under the carpet. It must be investigated. The North has a very bad plan to see how they can retain power the way they want it. Either to give it to Tinubu that they can control after he wins, or they give it to Atiku, which is their own. In whichever way, power is retained by them. Oh boy. This is history in the making. This is history in the making. Somebody is calling this a fake news. Iberu Olorun. True story, my brother. That lives in Kaduna just informed me. True story. My brother lives in Kaduna just informed me about the story now. Can you imagine? History will remember you, sir. Most imbecilic report ever. How? True story. My in-law that lives in Kaduna just informed me about the story. You see? Yeah. Law, make una keep delighting each other with this onayeye news. And Igbo are there killing each other. Can you imagine? Somebody say, so Obasanjo was the president when APC was formed. Obasanjo left office about 17 years ago, and APC was formed about 8 years ago. Still, some useless, idiotic Igbo people will be doing what? Okay? Will be praising Obasanjo based on his idiotic news. Mugu, plentiful Nigeria, can you imagine? So are you saying this is a fake news? Who said it's a fake news? How is it a fake news? Somebody say lie. So OBJ not in power is the commander-in-chief Abi. Delusions. APC doesn't need that to win. Okay? Somebody say, despite your news being a fabricated fallacy, what was the result then in Kaduna? More of you will die Sarah death when you instigate lies to promulgate your idiotic followers into unnecessary demonstration to scuttle peaceful result of elections. It is you slaves that will die first. Can you imagine? Somebody says it's a fake news. Is it a fake news? Wow. Think about this. How security personnel are attached to OBJ to stop such number of people. That is another thing that we need to check. The fake in your lives will not let you to know the real news. So the Baba Obasanjo mentioned does not even exist now. Foolish people. Okay? The greatest fiction of the century. Try another lie. Now, wow. But if you look at itself, Obasanjo is not in power. So is it his security men that will intercept truckload of Chadians coming into Kaduna? How does that work? He's not the commander-in-chief. He's not in power. So his own security operatives to him are stronger than the nation's security operatives? That's another big question to ask. How true is that? Okay? If it is not true, then propaganda like this doesn't add value to anybody. But if it is true, then it means that the Northerners mean something very, very terrible for us. Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate if it is true. Quite unfortunate if it is true. We will verify this and then definitely we will share it. So thank you for listening and let's have a comment.